and break the chains that bind us. Join us on Awakened Soul. Your journey to freedom and true self begins here. Right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Awakened Soul Radio. I am your host, Sharon Sananda Kumara. And today, this morning, wherever you're listening and watching, we are going to do some live psychopomp spirit rescues, helping spirits, people in the afterlife that are in between worlds move across. And I am here with my cohorts, my mediums at large, Diane and Sophie. Hey, ladies.
Hi.
Thanks for being here with me. We're going to do some really good work and talk about spirit rescue and psychopomp work and how important it really is for the collective, not only for on an individual basis, because I started with my family doing it. I didn't know anything about it. And then was drawn into it because of my investigative paranormal investigations and hearing voices on my recorders saying, help me, help, we need help, that type of thing, which is disconcerting when you're just trying to listen for your loved ones' voices, that type of thing. So I was drawn into it, and I do it on a regular basis. Diane and Sophie, have been doing it as well. They are spirit rescuers. They're psychopomps already. And we're going to shake up the Bardo area and bring some people home. So Diane and Sophie, why don't you share a little bit about yourselves?
Go ahead, Soph, you first.
Okay, well, I'm a clairvoyant medium channel. I've worked with Sharon for many years. She's really one of my profound teachers, or my most profound teacher. Mm-hmm. And I have had these abilities since I was a child. So I've been having spirits ask me for help for a long time, and I am blessed to have studied with Sharon years ago, and I know how to help them because of her really phenomenal awareness. And for that, I'm grateful, and I'm happy to be here.
Oh, thank you, Sophie. Thank you for the work you do, definitely. And Diane?
I started out as a child in dreams, and my mom helped me along the way. I went to a commune. I lived there for quite a while, and then I went into another commune, and I lived there for a very, very long time, 20 some odd years. And my teacher, who is an ascended master, talked about rescuing souls and how the Brotherhood does it all the time. And he was saying that sometimes if you have a problem, if you a glass of whiskey will do it. And even if you go outside and spread whiskey on the ground or whatever, he says that will even help them because they're stuck in between and they need to cross over because they don't know what happened to them. So that's where I learned it. And then the person who was channeling the Ascended Master passed away, and I was left to flounder. And Sharon came into my life and gave me back myself, who I am. She gave me the courage. She gave me the insight that I already had, but she needed to tell me that I was okay and that things that were happening to me were just going to move me forward to the better part of me. And she helped bring that out because I was just floundering. And the way that I look at this, and I've meditated on this quite a bit, I think that she was sent by God to help me because I really was losing myself.
Mm.
And there she was. And it's a funny thing how it happened too. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, we all come into each other's lives that way. I find that God works with us all the time. God hears us. Thank you, Diane. Yeah, it's and both of you do the work. I'm just the bridge. So, spirit rescue. Let's talk a little bit about psychopomp work. We, as we were talking about, parts of our oversoul, our personality, when we die, can get lost and confused in the in-between world, what we call the earth plane, and we become like a ghost. Okay, this what we're working with are basically what we call ghosts. If anyone remembers the movie, what's the kid that says, "I see dead people"?
Sixth Sense.
Pardon me?
Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense. That's what that movie's about. Yes, totally. Perfect movie to depict what we're doing here, going to do tonight. And this is ongoing work. So there's lots of reasons why we can get what we call stuck on the earth plane is because of we don't know we died. There might be something that's traumatic and sudden, very sudden. So we don't know and we're confused because we're not really taught how to die in Western world. We're not taught the process, right? And so that can happen definitely. We can also fear crossing over because of programs of judgment. If we feel like we're going to hell or something like that, then that can be another reason why we don't move across. And also because we have unfinished business here, that's another one that's kind of common. What I've found, and I will share how I started in this work. The 20-something years ago, I've shared on here many times that I had a near-death experience in 2001, and I was met by Christ and taken through the cosmos to a home planet. But after that, when he worked with me, my gifts and my abilities started coming out because I went through a Kundalini awakening, a quickening, that type of thing. And I was feeling spirits all the time. So he helped me put that in perspective, and he and other masters worked with me to work on my mediumship skills and how to help spirits that were people, souls that needed help. Because once you can become a medium, or the spirit world knows that you are able to see across the veil in some way, or be able to contact across the veil, it's like a beacon, and they will come to you. They will come to you for help, for sure. So it's always good to know how to be in control of your abilities. So I started working with my family. My grandmother was the first person, I believe, that if I remember back, my grandmother was the first person in my family that I helped bring across, because she was very, very fundamental Catholic and religious, and she thought that she was being judged by God, and she was bedridden for about 10 years because she was afraid to die, even though she believed in God, but she believed in the judgmental God, and she was afraid to die. So I had to help her after she died in 99. So about 3-4 years later, I went to her because I had this, my guides were telling me that I needed to help her. And so I went to her and retrieved her. She was still sleeping in bed. She was in bed, and she was felt extremely guilty. I told her I forgave her because she didn't help me when I was a child. I lived with her. So that transmuted everything, and it helped her move across. into the light because she felt so guilty about things that she didn't do or did do or whatever. She felt she was being published or punished. She thought she was going to be punished. So that was my first spirit rescue that I did with my family. I then started paranormal investigations and was, like I said, I was hearing people say on the recorder, on the spirit box and the digital recorder, help, we need help. I just wanted to get my parents' voice to begin with. I just want to hear my parents because all my parents had died and any of my loved ones. But then when I was hearing that, I realized I need to do something more than just listen for my family members. And I started doing spirit rescues. And what I learned was that when we are stuck in between worlds, it's because we have our attention still on the earth plane, just like we do here. And that's why spirit or guides or guidance ask us to help. That's why we do help, is because we're able to get the attention of ghosts who still have their focus on the earth plane. So what we do is help them turn around and say, hey, there is no judgment on the other side. Look up and look at the light of your oversoul and move across in that way, and help them realize that there's no judgment, that they have died. And help them move across. And we never know who's going to show up. So I have tons of recordings of spirit rescues. I want to play one. Diane, you've heard this one. I'm not sure if you have, Sophie, of a gentleman named Walter. I will say also this before I play it, that if you do this work here, and I think every psychic, every medium should be doing this work, because imagine all the souls that are caught in between worlds that have died over millennia, that have been here on this planet that need help. So it not only helps the soul, but it also helps the collective, and it helps the spirit world too. Okay, so I want to play this one recording. Sophie, Diane, would you like to add anything to what I just shared? Did I miss anything?
I can say one thing, and that is the biggest time of the year when these souls kind of really are there, and it's easy to, like I said, put the whiskey out or something, is at Christmas time. Because they're looking for their families. They understand what is going on, but they don't know what to do about it. Because it's like Sharon said, the sixth sense. Sometimes you don't know that you're dead and haven't passed on. So a gathering at Christmas time, a lot of families have experience with their loved ones that they've crossed over, but they haven't crossed into heavens, are there with them having dinner or talking or just having a grand time.
Yeah.
And they're just kind of lost souls because they haven't moved.
Yeah, spirit will, even spirit that has crossed over into the higher planes, they will hang out with us on special occasions for sure. They haven't really gone anywhere, and they know when we're celebrating, and they know that what's going on in our life most of the time, because they keep tabs. It's the love that binds us. That's what keeps us, in touch. Is our love for each other. And another thing is, when there can be spirit attachments too. For instance, when someone is hanging out at a bar or something like that and drink or do drugs on a regular basis, if spirits are drug addicted or alcohol addicted or anything like that, any kind of addiction, and they haven't moved across and they need a another type of fix, whatever you want to call it, they can hang out and attach themselves to those types of situations. So that's why we have to make sure that we have a clean, that we clean up our energy field and clean ourselves up too, because it can attract lower energy that we don't want to attract, right?
That's why they call it spirits.
Oh, the alcohol?
Yes.
That makes sense. All right, so I'm going to play this recording. It's about 3 minutes long. Let me do a little intro on it. It was done, the spirit rescue was done through a spirit box, and I was recording it. And so you'll hear like voices and background noises. A spirit box is an application where the electronic application sweeps through word banks and frequencies. Spirit can use this frequency and word banks to formulate words and sentences. So it's like radio waves, and some of them have word banks where they can pick and choose the words to say what they want. So that some of it sounds a little halted when spirits come through, and some are just complete sentences, a phrase or something like that. So, hey, Christine. Just got to notice that Christine's watching. So I'm going to play that, and it's about 3 minutes long. And I do explain, I insert my voice in it in between each breakdown of the spirit speaking to us. So I will explain a little bit further. This is when a friend and I are talking on the recording. And this is an edited, cut down version of the whole thing because it was pretty long. So I cut it up into the most profound parts that I found, and including the rescue. Okay, a gentleman named Walter. All right. Actually, I don't think I hit the sound yet. Let me try that again. Yes, I did. Okay. All right, can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to start it. And I have the words up on the screen of the spirits. Who needs help?
Walter, do you need help crossing over? Hello?
Right after this, it sounds like someone, maybe Walter, says, "Don't leave me." And then, yes, please.
Yes.
Right after this, it sounds like Walter or someone asks us, "Am I unclean?"
Walter, we're going to bring light for you and any others that wish to cross over into the light.
I can hear what sounds like, I'm assuming, is Walter say, "Thank you," warm, and then someone else, sounds like a different voice, a female voice, say, "Begin."
Move into the light. Good.
In this next section, I ask Archangel Michael to bring the light for these souls. And I can clearly hear who I believe is Archangel Michael answering me with yes. And then I hear who I'm assuming is Walter sobbing, saying, I cannot believe this is possible.
Archangel Michael, please bring the light for these souls. Thank you. Walter, are you in the light now?
This was after the crossover, and I hear voices say, truth, you helped, and finally, we're free. Hopefully you could understand that. That's why I put the words on the screen, but that's
Yeah, it
pretty,
was amazing. It was amazing.
yeah. The full rescue was probably about 10 minutes or so, or a little longer, but yeah, it's, because there was space in between. That's profound.
Good job, Sharon. That was incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we all have the ability to do this. I have lots and lots of recordings of spirit on EVP, which is a digital recording, and Spirit Box, but that's the most profound I've got.
I thought Johnny Cash was pretty good.
That was Huff Paranormal. I didn't do that one.
Oh, right.
Huff helped Johnny Cash move across. And that's really profound. The first time I heard that, he did it in 2 sessions. And the first time I heard that, I just bawled. And I was learning, just starting to do spirit rescues when I heard his. So I suggest if anyone's interested in spirit rescue to check out Huff Paranormal or Steve Huff on YouTube, his Johnny Cash rescue. It's very profound. Johnny Cash was stuck in between worlds. Yeah. And he was already had a conversation with him going, and he asked him if he was in the light, and Johnny Cash said no. So it also can be a choice, right? We're, when we're in the spirit world or not in our body, there's no difference than here. We're still moving around in our projected world, just like we do here. So apparently he was staying close to his daughter. But yeah, it's fascinating. I will say, if you do this work here, you're probably doing it on the other side too, because in my out-of-body experiences, I have been taken to instances where I'm helping someone who doesn't know that they've left their physical body and need help. Yeah.
I noticed that I was doing a spirit rescue a couple of weeks ago, and I noticed when I was in the on the other side talking to the scared spirit, I was channeling the divine. So I was like on the other side channeling information, messages from the divine for this person, and it was really kind of amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it felt very natural.
Right. It is, because we all are doing it some way, somehow. And as long as we're, aware.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've learned when we're on the other side, we're just like here, as long as we're in that space, we want to help. We want to help people. We want to help. And people moving, people that have died from this plane, sometimes, always, they need time to integrate, to process, that kind of thing, most people. And so we're doing something like that on the other side. We're not just sitting around on a cloud playing a harp.
Yeah.
That would be boring. But yeah, we are doing good work. Our multidimensional selves, plus when we leave this world. Okay. Anything else before we start? We have about 30 minutes left to do some spirit rescue.
Well,
No?
I was at the eye doctor with my husband, and the eye doctor left the room for a few minutes, and this entity walked through the door, and she said, "I need to go to the light." I said,
Oh, wow.
"Okay, I can do that."
Good.
And I helped her.
Yeah. Good. Sometimes you'll find a spirit that's not so, or someone, and that's more with soul retrieval type of work, which is kind of basically the same thing. It's just that you're working you're working with patterns and programs, but still that part of us is caught in between worlds, right? You work with someone, a personality, a spirit who might not be so ready to cross over or doesn't want to cross over. I actually, and sometimes people can be held captive, so to speak. A group of us worked on, a little girl came to us, and it was in person in Portland when we were working on something, an event. We were working an event, and a child came forward, and there was a man there in the spirit world who was keeping her hostage for, nefarious reasons. And we had to deal with him first, and then we were able to bring her across. That was so hopefully we never come across anything like that again. But yeah. I have found on my recordings, every once in a while, someone will come up, a spirit will come up on there and tell the spirits that I am, they'll say something to the effect of, she's a fraud, don't listen to her, she's a liar, that kind of thing. So, which tells me that there are, in that frequency of the Bardo area, in between worlds, there are spirits, people there that still want to keep people oppressed.
There's a house down the street my friends live in, and there's this, I could see a drug addict lady who overdosed in the basement, and she gets really angry every time I go down there. And I went to just, I traveled inward to see if she wanted to cross over potentially, and she's just like, get away from me, get out of here. She just is angry. I've also seen that with spirits just kind of going crazy, like they're mentally ill, and then they just zip around the room like screaming. So it's kind of like, I feel like I'm not, they need a team or something of people. Like, okay, I have to,
That's when I call in higher beings to try and help. I mean, they're always there anyway. I always call in the higher beings, but I call in higher beings to help because they're there. That's another thing I didn't share, but what I understand and what I know is that the higher beings are there. Their loved ones, their guides, their angels are there. They're just appear like a dream, like they do to us, basically, right?
Yeah.
Because their attention is still on the physical plane, the earth plane. And so when their guides appear, or they're trying to get their attention, their loved ones, they don't want to hear it, or they think they're imagining, or don't want to face themselves, whatever, for whatever reason. Yeah.
Well, Sophie, if you want help, I'll help you. Seriously, I will.
Well, nothing's haunting me now, so, but yes, we can.
Yeah, we can all work on something that's, if
Yeah.
anything is resisting that type of work, just put the call out.
When I
So,
was young, when I was younger, I was stuff would follow me around, and so it kind of was doesn't happen anymore because I've just been doing all the work, to raise my vibration. But um, yeah, I think part of me is just like, okay, I'll leave you alone. I'll go to somebody else, but because I don't want them to, you know, haunt me. But I don't really think that would happen anymore. Honestly, I think
mhm.
I just need to take that step.
Yeah. What I
Yeah.
understand when we get haunted, so to speak, or when we have spirits around us that are bothering us, that kind of thing, it's something that's going on within us. So there's holes in our aura or something we haven't dealt with, that kind of thing. And there's an attraction there with whether it be, kind of like you said, like depression or something, or something like that, that they are attracted to. And
Yeah.
and we haven't done our work. Yeah, we haven't set boundaries. Setting boundaries is extremely important for sure.
Well, I mean, I think that's probably why I do this work is because I was so haunted all the time. And then I'm like, I got to figure this out. So
Yeah,
now it's just my life,
yeah,
it's just it's supposed to be my life. This is, I am where I'm here now. I finally said, okay, I'll do this,
right.
years ago, but
Yeah.
it's really how it kind of came to be, for me. You can't
Good.
ignore this. You got to do something.
Yeah, it gets to a point where you're like, okay, enough. All right, I'm going to do it because you're right.
Yes.
Once you
Yeah.
step in there, you can't get back out.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah,
I mean, it feels amazing. It's
yeah.
just, it's home.
Hmm.
So,
Good for you. I want to mention one thing too is that we as a society in Western society are programmed to be afraid of spirit, ghosts, that kind of thing. When these are just people, they're people. And so I've learned and we're to look at and remember to look at everyone that we do work with and we're trying to help as a person in need, just like as if they were in the physical body because they think they're in the physical body. Uh, it's just a different body, but different level. So I just want to help people understand that spirits and ghosts, what we call ghosts, are still just people that are confused, lost, whatever, angry. And that's okay. Be like, a person in the physical being angry. You just say, okay, all right, I'll leave you alone. Like you said, Sophie, all right, I'm out of here, you know, and yeah, let them be in their space.
that's why it's good for people to learn how to raise their vibration because I've told people this before that start seeing spirits, but they don't realize that they don't have boundaries yet. So it's just like if there's like a negative entity, you don't let them in your home kind of thing. I feel like the world really needs to do this work more. But anyway, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's all right. It's true. Yeah. It's so important for us to know our, first of all, how that we don't die anyway, and how to transition, how to let go of our physical body when that time comes. And yeah, it's so important.
And to
All right.
trust yourself because there's so many people that are so psychic and they don't even know. They just think they don't even realize it's awareness, like
Right.
what your work is and Diane's work and my work so important is it's so needed.
Well, there's a lot of people who are really scared of what they see. And
Yeah.
they're afraid they don't want to talk to anybody about it because they don't understand it. And if they're raised in the church, they are really afraid now because they have no one to talk to about it. It's an unfortunate thing, but a lot of churches now are beginning to move forward in their explanations, and I guess you would be getting aware.
Right.
They're more.
They have to change. They have to. I mean, well, the veil is thinning. And so if they want to keep their members, they have to grow too. Yeah, for sure. Becoming more aware. Thank you, Diane. That's so true. Because if you don't grow, you're left behind. And they want to keep. I know that fundamental religious teachings are, they go by the Bible, say that this type of work is not good, but in the Old Testament, they talk about divination and things like that. So I don't know. I'm just starting to read the Bible for the first time all the way through. And, not like I went in Catholic school where I didn't pay attention. I just remember in the Old Testament, God was really mean. I saw God as being mean. So as a kid, didn't want me to read much more. But anyway, let's do some spirit rescue. Are we ready? Ladies?
Let's go.
Okay. Okay. So I'll say a quick prayer. Dear Divine Creator, we ask that you bless our gathering here today as we do this Spirit Rescue Psychopomp work. And we also ask that you allow in any spirit beings and people and animals too, or whoever is in need of help. We invite them to join us as we are here to be of service, and we invite our guides, our angels, helpers, and any loved ones that are here to help as well. We are here to be of service. Thank you, thank you. And we open up now to any spirit that would like some help. I'm already getting a male. I feel a lot of emotion with him. He's like a young male. He's wearing a hat. I see a hat. I feel very uncomfortable in my body and anxious. Does anyone else feel? I'm hearing 29. I feel like he's 29, that age. He has dark hair. His skin is, it looks darker than mine. Dark skin. He's saying yes. Okay. I feel I'm starting to stutter. I feel he was murdered. You feel him?
Yeah, he's a friend of the woman or the girl that I have who was also murdered.
Okay, I'm gonna go with him. Okay, so yeah, he's very upset. I feel like there was drugs involved.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just like my skin is crawling. He may have been an addict, like something like, yeah. Okay. He's saying, I don't want to be here. I don't like it here. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't like it. He's looking around. He's very paranoid. Okay. I'm going to help him. I feel like he's giving me a name. It's like an H name. I feel like he's Hispanic, Latino. It feels like Alberto.
Is it Rodriguez? It's not Rodriguez, is it? No,
I'm sorry.
it's not Rodriguez.
I'm not feeling that. I'm feeling like I mean, that could be the last name, but I'm feeling
He was earlier. He was here. Okay.
okay. I don't know. It could be, yeah. I'm getting like Roberto or no, it feels like H Umberto. He's not saying Roberto. No, he's saying like Umberto or Umberto with an H, you know? Um, all right. He's saying I need help. I need help. He I don't feel hearing him say anything about the girl, but I do feel he says, I don't care who killed me. I've done bad things. I just need help. Can't be like this anymore. Okay, so we're gonna help. He has family. He wants to be with family. All right. I'm calling on Archangel Michael to open a portal of light for this young man and anyone else that needs help that is around him. Oh, I'm asking him, this young man, to turn around, take his attention off of the earth plane and see the light of his oversoul. Michael, are you here? Yes. Uh, okay. I heard a loud sound. All right. He feels he's scared. He said, I've been bad, kind of thing. You know, I've done bad things. So I'm helping him understand that there's no judgment, that this lifetime is over and everything, there'll be clarity in the light. He'll feel better in the light and there's no judgment. He will be taken care of. He can rest and get better. And it's only love. Okay. I saw Christ with his arms open. I saw a big family waiting for him, his ancestors. He walked across pretty slowly.
I felt it when he finally let go and trusted.
Yeah.
My heart finally opened up. Before it was like tight closed.
Right. He was afraid.
Yeah, totally. Well, I have the girl that he was with. She's saying there weren't girlfriend, boyfriend, but she was just with him. It was a drug deal that went bad. Her name starts with a G, Gretchen, something like that. She told me she was murdered. Wrong place at the wrong time. Druggies. She came to me because she said she saw the light in the house, which is the God and Christ consciousness that surrounds us. And she's saying, where do I go from here? And I'm going to tell her that she's okay, that I will help her find her family, even though she says that she was an outcast because they kicked her out. She has a sister on the other side who she is looking forward to seeing. She's scantily dressed. She has some kind of boots that she absolutely loves. She wants to take those with her. Okay. I'm going to actually, I'm going to hold her hand and I'm going to tell her to turn around and put her back towards me and look up as the light is coming, almost like a cloud coming down into around to surround her. She sees her sister, love between them. Her sister is coming down to greet her. Her sister now has her, I have let go. Her sister now has her hand, and she is going to the light slow, but she's going. And she's gone. She's okay now. She turned around and gave me a big smile, and she's okay.
Nice.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice. I felt that.
There's a man that came to me earlier, and he's still here. His name is Rodriguez, and he is looks like uh, he came to me when I was up at Mount Tabor Park, and he went to one of the high schools that's nearby up here. And he said um, he just likes to come and bop around and visit people. And he thinks he may have done some bad things.
Does he need help crossing over?
I'm going to check. Earlier today, he was like looking for a compliment from me. And then when I complimented him, he left. So he seems like someone that does need crossing over because of his, the way he's speaking. Let me get a little closer to him. Let's see. He's saying it's supposed to be like this. Random visits. He takes random visits. Let me see. He's hiding in Mount Tabor. He said he gets a lot from visiting people there, but he's afraid to cross over. He's feels like he did some bad things. Let me just talk to him and see if
Yeah, let him know there's no judgment. There's no
I'll bring an angel and guide. Okay. Here, I'm telling him he's not going to be in trouble when he crosses over. When he goes to the next phase, he won't be just having a conversation with him with the Archangel Michael and Remiel. Um,
You can ask him if he sees the portal because we have lots of spirit here. We're running out.
okay. Um, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have them help him
Yeah.
cross into the light. See the light behind me. Go into there. You can always come back. Okay. Okay, he went over. I can feel it in my first and second chakra. It gets really big. So, yeah, I just told him he can always come back and visit.
Okay.
That he won't be in trouble.
No. Good. Good job. He just wanted to stick around.
Yeah, I think he was like, it was like he was like it was like the energy of like, even though he was a little older, he looked like he was in early 20s. It was like, I'm gonna get in trouble with my family
Oh, okay.
because he died, but yeah.
Well, I've got a child here that I want us to uh, work with, and I looks like a little girl, and she has a dog with her. That's what I'm seeing. Um, I feel like she got lost with her dog. She looks around 7, 6 or 7. Excuse me, 6, 6. She says she's not 7 yet. 6. She didn't have her 7th birthday yet. Her dog stayed with her. They're bonded. What happened? Hmm. She's looking for her parents. She doesn't know what happened either. Um, happened. I'm getting a fire, some kind of fire. Yeah, I'm getting a fire. So we're gonna help her. All right. I'm helping her understand that all she needs to do is turn around, walk with me this way, that her family is there. She just look up. There we go. Okay. She found them. Her dog stayed right by her side.
Hmm.
She found them. Yeah, they both crossed over into the light of their oversoul. She couldn't find them.
I have 2 little boys.
Okay, I don't know if we don't. Let me ask Jessica, do we have a couple more minutes? Oh, she sent some texts. Okay, okay. One more. Okay,
Okay.
right.
I have 2 little boys, and they were out playing and they found this cement building and they went inside and the door shut and they couldn't get out. And
Mm,
no, and they can't find their families. They were neighbors, a 9 and 10. Um, they didn't know what to do because basically they had no water, no food, nothing. They couldn't get out. The door was a metal door, and they died in that building. So um, they they want to go home to their families, to their animals. They have brothers and sisters. So I told them that I would help them find their mom and their dad. They've been gone for quite a while. And so I'm going to help them cross over. Timmy and Henry.
okay.
Okay, Timmy and Henry, we are going to find your families. I need you to have you come close to me. It's okay. I'll put my arms around you. I'll hold you. You're safe. I want you to turn around and put your back towards me and look up to the light. You see the light, both of you? I see 2 families. One for Timmy and one for you, Henry. And there's your dog. Go get your dog. Okay. And Timmy has a cat. And Henry is now running to his family. Since Henry is running to his family, Timmy is now running to his family. They're embracing each other and they are in the light. And the whole families have just lit up now. Everything is just fine. They have crossed.
Nice.
Wow, that was.
Yeah. Thank you, Diane.
Those are the hardest ones, the children.
The kids, yeah, definitely. They're pretty easy though, but
They are, but I mean, hard emotionally
tugs-
for me.
yeah, tugs at your heart. Yeah. Okay, so thank you, ladies.
Thank you
Yeah,
for having us.
Good work. And I will say that if anyone who's watching this is interested in doing this type of work, I am teaching a course on it starting Saturday on the 12th. And you can join us and learn about psychopomp work because it's extremely helpful and critical for our collective. And it helps all of us, doesn't it? Okay. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, Sophie. And we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. I'm Sharon Kumara, and you have been listening to Awakened Soul Radio on Transformation Talk Radio. I invite you to embark on a transformative journey with us. Awakened Soul is a safe, sacred space for exploring the depths of our consciousness. Each episode, you will be inspired to shed the illusions that bind you, connect more deeply with your inner wisdom, and step into a liberating life of freedom, clarity, and purpose. To connect with me, visit kumaraacademy.com.